that you might have seen in the paper. I'd love to hear your stories. 1300 222 702. What are the weird and wacky things that you might have done with your workmates or your friends in a team-building way? Have you played bubble soccer? 1300 222 702. We'll get that shortly. First, though, let's have a look at the news headlines with Tony Matthews. Good morning. On stage, team-building exercises at work. I know it can be simple, having a group lunch on a Friday. Back in the day, maybe a game of golf with your workmates. But other times it can be anything from karaoke, more singing, to games of cricket. And one of the strangest or oddest team-building exercises that I think I've seen is that in the paper today, a photo of bubble soccer. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a shot of people. They're playing a game of soccer, but adding the complexity to it is that they're all in a clear, blown-up bubble. So effectively, they're not all in one bubble. They've all got their own individual bubbles. So they're bumping into each other when they're playing soccer. It makes it that much more complex, but that much more fun. And I'd love to hear from you on this. 1300 222 702. What's one of the wackiest things that you've done in terms of team building exercises? Or what have you seen people doing out and about on their office break during lunch? You see the inner city office workers going for a run, but what else have you seen people doing in terms of team building? 1300 222 702. Oliver Lee is the man behind this bubble soccer craze, and he joins us on the line now. Good morning, Oliver.
Oh, hi, Deb.
I think I've explained it okay. Tell us about how it works, bubble soccer.
Yeah, absolutely. So essentially, like you're saying, people put on these 13-kilo balls. So it looks like it's quite easy, but it actually gives you a little bit of a workout because you do get knocked down, and then you have to get back up. And doing that over and over again, obviously, without a ball is quite tiring in itself. So a lot of people kind of underestimate how hard it is, but at the same time, when put in a controlled environment, limiting the time, it could be lots of fun, especially if you're hitting, people in your office that you may or may not like.
Absolutely.
Managers that you may or may not like. So it's safe, and it's I don't know if there's any other sport or any other thing people could do that has that much impact on someone in terms of physical impact. Yet for people to still walk away and have smiles on their face.
And how did you come up with the idea of this? I know that I often see things and think, how did you think of that? Bubble soccer, what was the
inspiration behind it? We love, we just want people to get active and start doing something. And I know there's quite a bit of sporting activities out there. We don't just do bubble soccer activities. However, bubble soccer is our marquee one because we're the only ones that provide it in the city, actually. So for the companies that are coming through, it's just something new, and it's also like something that they could talk about for a period of time afterwards. But coming up with the idea it was actually not my idea. It was actually an idea that originated, I believe, in Italy. It started off and a few years ago, and when I saw it, I'm like, whoa, this is really cool. It's actually been featured on Jimmy Fallon as well.
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, we gotta offer up the people what they want. So brought it into Australia.
And team building is so important, isn't it, for people who are forced to work together and be a second family, really. Is that obviously the secondary aim for this exercise is one, but getting team building happening is the other?
Yeah, absolutely. When you say it's team building, that's the thing. I work with a lot of HR managers, and when you say to people, hey, we're going to a team building activity, the first thing they do is
they roll their eyes. Exactly.
They roll their eyes like, okay, yeah, well, whatever. It should be, the activity in itself should have the elements that are in there, and the team building aspect is just a byproduct of whatever activity you're doing. You mentioned earlier about wacky team building type activities before. I did work with a company that mentioned what they did, might gross out some of your listeners, is they had this team building exercise where people had to drink a can of Coke and spit it into their colleagues' mouths.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And keep on doing that.
Why would you need to do that?
To build trust and maybe spread
building trust.
Healthy bacteria.
Ridiculous. Wow.
But you're never looking at your coworkers in any way different than afterwards.
I think bubble soccer is a far safer option. Oh, wow. And you're raising money for charity too at at the same time, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. And also we aim to look at hiring like students and having students involved. We are actually known sort of as like social entrepreneurship where we get students in and they actually have an opportunity to work with a lot of these companies that they probably wouldn't, have an opportunity to ever meet in the sports field, much less, in the office. So, perfect for graduates or like new students. So, one of the things that we obviously want is to have and help out that side of the community. And it's been quite receptive. A lot of our companies, they love what we do and they consistently come back in to what we're doing. And one of the core things that we do during our tournaments when we have companies playing other companies, we actually create stories around them. So we actually hire students who are bloggers as well as photographers, and they come in and they shoot everything, and then we write about it in like almost like a news sports story. You guys would appreciate that. So like a company representing themselves against another company, and then it gets mentioned internally. It's a team building tool that's like
covering so many bases. I can't wait to give it a try. Good on you.
More than happy to have you on. I think it'd be really, really fun to have you guys on.
All right. If it doesn't involve Coke, I'll be happy. Good on you. Thanks, Oliver.
No problem. Thank you.
Oliver Lena, who's the founder of Office Athletes involved in this bubble soccer. How about you? I'd love to hear your story.